Morning, everybody. I did start recording, right?
Yep.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to the 10th of May. It is a Wednesday, but a typical Wednesday for me is not a typical Wednesday for you today.
Yep.
What do you got going on?
I got surprised yesterday at work because my one of my project managers came up to me and was all like, "Hey, you busy tomorrow?" And I was like, "No, not really. And besides, you're the only one really giving me much work to do now." And then I was like, she was all like, "Hey, you want to go with me on a survey tomorrow?" And I was like, "Sure, I can do that." So I'm gonna go on a survey to hospital.
So you get a work field trip. Thank you, truck, for not knowing where you're going and not using the turn signal. But yeah, you get a work field trip today. My mother texted me early this morning and said that the train started to take off without one of the conductors on board this morning. Like, he was just on the platform at Cornwell's Heights, and apparently they didn't realize that they started pulling away. Which I thought was pretty funny. I'm not even gonna lie.
The engineer wants to keep schedule. I don't care if the conductor's on board.
I honestly don't know what the conductor would do in that scenario if the conductor could legitimately get left behind. Like, I honestly don't know. But anyway, my schedule is a pretty typical Wednesday where I work my half day today, which means I get out at like 1. But I've got other shit that I need to do after that when I get home. So it's not all fun and games. It's some games, because Let's Play is one of the things on my list, but not all games. It can't be all fun and games. It has to be at least somewhat actual work. I think now if I ever have a day where I just do Let's Play, which would be a very hard thing to actually find time to do, I will have to call it all fun and games now.
Probably.
Oh well. Today is not that. Today is not all fun and games. So let's go over and head to work. What an interesting SEPTA day. Oh, by the way, my sister's car's right there. What an interesting SEPTA day, everybody. It's just apparently been... It's gonna be one of those. And, well, actually, I mean, it has been, because, well, I am done. I am off. It is 2:37, which, by the way, means we're about means we're about 10 minutes late. But I can explain those 10 minutes for you even. So I mean, the R6 was fine. That was pretty much functioning as normal. Both of those trains were, for the most part, on time, give or take like 2 or 3 minutes. Everything was all good. So I got on the R7. I actually got off at Temple because it was nice, and I just ran outside for like the 10 minutes between my connections. And the R7 actually showed up on time to go home. This is, by the way. And the one actually going in was fine too. At least for me. I mean, I told you about my mother's experience with them almost leaving the conductor box this morning. But and then that came on time too. The R7 going home, that is. And then we rounded. I forget whether this happened immediately after Market East or no. It was right after Market East. It was going to Suburban. I recall that now. I was waiting to go to Suburban, and we just sat in the tunnel for like 10 minutes, and they didn't actually tell us what was going on at all. So I had no idea what was happening. Well, actually, they tried to, but the speaker was so low that you couldn't tell what the hell they were actually saying. I hate to break into that guy with the trailer up there, but having blue and red flashing lights, I'm pretty sure is illegal. Because I'm pretty sure that's reserved for the cops. So unless they're cops, I think you need to get rid of those flashy lights there, dude. But anyway, so we sat in this tunnel for like 10 minutes. And like, we just didn't move, and they tried to inform us, but they didn't do a good job of it because the speakers weren't working and the conductors were nowhere to be seen. So we sat there like not knowing what was happening. Okay, fine. Idiots can go around me. There's a truck in front of us that wants to go too. Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to wait here for everybody in front of us to go. But yeah, so we were just kind of waiting there in the tunnel. And I mean, eventually we got out, and no real explanation, but I did notice that the boards at 30th were off. They were not actually on at all. We're gonna get in the way and like... Okay. Can we go? Because there's assholes running into the grass trying to pass us. Okay. But yeah, so we were just sitting in the thing for forever. Okay, go. There's people on the turn thing anyway. But yeah. So, and then we eventually got out, and it was like 10 minutes at this point, so we were like 10 minutes behind schedule. And then after that, everything, I don't know, went pretty much normal, I guess. I had my head in my book, so I didn't really care. But we got to, this time of day, there's only really 2 cars open for the most part. So, you get into one of the 2 cars, and that's where you sit. And, on those Silverliner 4 cars, there's really only one junction where you can get off. It's between the first and second cars because the doors are on the end. They don't open the first one because that's where the driver's sitting, and they don't open the second one because, well, there's no real reason to. So why would they bother? But anyway, where is this person going? You're not in a driving lane. Okay, that's fine. But yeah. Okay, what the hell is happening? What the actual hell is happening today? Well, now we gotta block traffic, I guess, because of whatever the hell's happening here. Gonna let me in? Gonna let me not? I'm not even sure what happened here. Okay. Please get the fuck out of the way. Okay. Now that we're here, I'll just continue this storytelling inside because, well, I would like to actually get inside and I don't feel like sitting in the car, and, well, that just seems like the best way to do it. Let's just go inside. Okay, so continuing on. So when you're deboarding from the train, normally if there's 2 cars opening, you're between the first and second car. Because they don't open the back door, usually, especially because there's usually only one conductor. And it basically takes one conductor to man one set of doors. Which is also why they don't open a third car, because usually they're not always, but sometimes there's only like one actual conductor on these trains. So let's plug the GoPro in, because I went to actually go film things with it today and realized it was completely totally dead. But yeah, I'm gonna just plop you down right here and continue talking. But so normally they will, if they have 2 options really if they blow past the station. Which is what happened, by the way. The driver actually did blow past the station, but not like completely, because there were still some cars attached to the station, albeit just barely. God damn it! Can I tell this fucking story in peace? Hello? No. Yeah. So. But they blew past the station, and when that happens, there are 2 options to kind of fix the mistake, essentially. One is to back up, which is more complicated than it sounds, but we'll come back to that. Actually, no, we won't. We'll talk about that now, because when you back up the train, it's easier on septic tracks, anything except the, where is your collar? Anything except the R7 Trenton, the R5 Paoli, and the R2 Newark, Delaware. Because SEPTA owns the tracks, and you can, I'm pretty sure, just back up willy-nilly. But, Cookie? But on Amtrak's lines, you actually have to call Amtrak and ask for permission to back up, because obviously they need to know what you're doing. Which makes sense. I don't fault them for that, but if they actively need to back up, it takes forever. So, because my train didn't actually completely blow past the thing, they just made everybody walk back to the car to get off, because the door to the third car was just barely, I mean another foot and they would have blown past it on the platform. So they made us get off there and walk by that way. Here you go. There's a damn collar. Somebody's gonna get a collar shoved around their neck. But and I was actually talking to the shuttle driver, and they said there's a reason for that. It's because if they can make people walk back to do it, they're going to make people walk back to do it. Because, get over here. If you wouldn't slip off, you wouldn't have this problem. Keep it on your neck. Okay. But, wow, this is a fucking distraction. Vlog, I haven't gotten shit done, and I've been filming for 3.5 minutes. But, they won't call, because if they have to call, they're turning themselves in. And if it's a write-up if you blow past the station and you're a SEPTA driver. So yeah, that's why they made everybody walk. But so that was the story, that they blew past the SEPTA station. Oh boy. And I mean, you saw the shit that happens outside, so I don't need to explain that, because I don't have any more answers than what you just witnessed. Just a cop blocking the thing. Anyway, on to today's agenda, if my computer wakes up in a reasonable amount of time. Because, well, first thing is first, after I finish filming this, I'm going to want to go get lunch, because that is always a good thing to do. But today's adventures are not over quite yet, because that thing didn't sync. There it is. Yesterday's vlog is on the list. You need to read a thing, do 3 responses, and hopefully do 3 episodes of Spyro 3. I was going to do something else, but I completely forgot it was. Oh yeah, now I remember. We'll cover some more stuff in a little bit. I actually want to go get lunch. I'm really hungry. Oh boy. Well, I apparently used my half day pretty productively, because there are 4 episodes of Spyro 3 here on the exporter. So this is tomorrow's, Thursdays. Tomorrow is Thursday. It's tomorrow's, Fridays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. So I can actually very quickly, once they're finished, in a little while, I can go upload them, and we'll be good until Tuesday, which actually gives me a little bit of time to relax, because that means that for next week I only have to record 3 more. I mean, of course, I'm going to do a little bit more than that. I mean, probably at some point over the weekend, I'll wind up recording the rest of Midday. Shut up. You done listening to me? Good. Recording the rest of Midday Gardens, because really I should just probably get as much recorded as I can in my spare time. So I might try to do that probably this weekend. But for the moment, I can relax on the Spyro. The vlog is also up. Yesterday's vlog is also up. So if my computer eventually comes to life here, whenever that would be. Also, the wind here in the background is just from my fan because it's hot. Yeah, I already actually looked at no, I didn't check the vlog off. Boom, 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 boom. And there was also 15 was also done, so I actually got an extra one done on top of that wasn't even on my to-do list. So the only thing that's left, and I should probably actually let you see that rather than just holding the camera oddly. Yeah, the only thing that's left there is actually all my stuff for philosophy, which I get to do in a little bit. Well, all in all, night complete, I actually managed to wind up doing pretty well for myself. Read the essay, did not only responses 1, 2, and 3, which means we can archive this, by the way, but also I did my full responses. I did all of the responses I needed to. Boom, 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 which means I actually have all the work done I need to have done until next week. Except for the fact that I'm actually going to do the 3rd reading response this weekend, or at least certainly going to try to. Which is, I mean, it's a good thing, because I mean, I'm at 3 out of 7 papers right now, so doing that one will actually put me more than halfway done with this class in terms of papers. And I'm more than halfway done in terms of responses now, because that was the week 6 thread. It's week 6 already. Good lord. Yeah, we're gonna try to do reading response 3. Probably be a good thing. Because if I could have all the reading responses done at like 6-5, which means that if I do the last one for the end of May on the 29th, we could be completely done. with the reading responses then, and then only have the exam to work on, which is a pretty good spot to be in, and I am very, very happy with all of my progress. So I think over the next couple of days I'm going to start working on this. I think tomorrow I might actually work a little bit on recording more Let's Play based content over there. But for the moment, seeing as how it's nearing 10 o'clock, I'm exhausted. I have work tomorrow, a full day. I make no promises on more recording Let's Play content, but also I'm like a week ahead in that too, because I've got up to Tuesday's stuff uploaded. I am like a week ahead in everything. Like, I'm pretty good. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see about tomorrow in terms of actually recording more stuff. I might like to record a little bit more content just to keep getting ahead. But overall, that's pretty good. I think at some point, probably either tomorrow or Friday, I would like to finish off recording Midday Gardens. Because if I could finish off Midday Gardens, that would put me in a really, really good spot for the rest of the Let's Play, because it's essentially very close to the halfway mark of the game. So yeah, I would just kind of like to do that. Get things moving. But anyway, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow.